All right, we're back here at Motorcycle Mall, and we decided we wanted to compare the Yamaha R7 to the GSX 8R. We think they're very comparable motorcycles in the lightweight category when it comes to racing terms. So, yeah, let's kick it off.
Yeah, listen, these are two awesome bikes from both Suzuki and Yamaha, and I definitely think when people are coming here at Motorcycle Mall, they're considering both because they're really, really tight. We believe, of course, in the race. And we want to see what also you guys believe is the right choice. But let's get into some of the specs.
Yeah, so they're both great entry-level bikes coming in with liquid-cooled twin-cylinder engines. This thing, the R7, is actually a 698cc liquid-cooled twin.
So here on this Suzuki, of course, we have 776 cc's, right? So if that's the case, I got you beat here, I think.
Yeah.
What about horsepower? How kind of horsepower do you have?
Horsepower, we are looking at 72-ish horsepower quoted from Yamaha.
Yeah, I think I got you beat as well. I have 81 horsepower.
How about weight? We're
So
over here at...
would you rather have the 81 horse, or would you rather have your horsepower?
Well, with 414 pounds and a little bit less horsepower, the power to weight ratio is kind of creeping up.
It is kind of the same. I have 452 pounds, right? So I guess I'm a little heavier. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. So we got a little more weight here. So the power to weight ratio is very, very much kind of probably even. Yeah. I still like more horsepower though.
Yeah, it's very close.
What about seat height?
Seat height standpoint, we're looking a little bit taller on the Yamaha, about 32.9 inches.
Seat height is 31.9. So if you have a little bit less of an inseam, right, maybe not as tall as us, you're going to have a little bit more of a tippy toe on the R7, a little bit more here. I know it's an inch, but an inch can make a difference, right?
Yeah.
Especially in racing.
Yep, an inch can be a mile sometimes. And then fuel capacity, we got 3.4 gallons here on the R7.
3.7, that's why I'm heavier.
Yeah, so you got a little bit less weight up top, so things going to be a little bit easier to maneuver around.
All right, okay. What else we got?
Suspension. Big thing on these bikes is suspension. The R7 has fully adjustable KYB forks and shock, 41 millimeter forks, 5.1 inches of travel front and rear.
So we have the Showa on this side, right?
Yep.
Kind of same specs, but I don't have fully adjustable.
Yeah. So with the Suzuki, with the 8R, it's full Showa, 41 millimeter forks, same travel, 5.1 inches front and rear.
Just the preload.
But the only thing you can adjust is preload on the shock, whereas the forks are just, it is what it is.
So as a racer,
racers going with
probably
R7.
going Yamaha.
Yeah.
As a normal guy just riding for the street,
doesn't make quite
I
as big
might
of a
not
difference.
be adjusting my suspension as much. It might not need to.
Right, exactly.
So, I
on
hear
the
that.
streets, not as big of a
What about
deal.
styling?
Styling, I don't know. I think it could be a toss-up. I think the Suzuki, the front end looks pretty crazy. It looks a little bit more futuristic to me.
Yeah, I think the Yamaha has a little bit more flow on the front end. Doesn't have, of course, the two lights. Some people might be thrown off by those two lights. From a styling standpoint, I don't know. I think Yamaha's got it beat. I think Yamaha's got it beat by a little bit.
100%.
All right, well, let's talk something else. What else we got?
Warranties on these things are both 1 year.
They're both similar, but I'm talking about
there.
something that's going to be in my favor. I'm talking about rider aids. I'm talking about TFT display. I mean, I got a lot of good things that is optional on that with a quick shifter is optional, but my bike, of course, comes TFT display, ride modes, right traction control, quick shifter.
We're pretty bare bones over here on the R7.
I don't know. What are you thinking? I think you're going to try to come over this side, maybe. Maybe you think Suzuki on that one.
Personally, from a racer standpoint, I don't like riding with any rider aids, regardless. So
I had a feeling that was going to be his answer. I had a feeling.
Suspension and no rider aids. For me, that's more ideal for on the track.
All right. Well, let's talk, of course, MSRP.
MSRP on the 2025 Yamaha R7 is looking at $91.99.
So MSRP here on the 2025 GSX 8R is $9,669.
A little bit pricier, but
I'm a little bit more money.
You have some add-ons.
But TFT display, rider modes, right? Traction control, quick shifter. That's
where your money's going.
All right, that's $500 right there or more.
Yeah, probably more.
Correct.
To be fair. So Then another big thing with the R7 is it's a little bit more aggressive as far as the rake and trail and all that stuff goes. It's a lot steeper, a lot more flickable, a little bit shorter of a wheelbase than the GSX 8R.
So you're saying it's a better track bike?
Better track bike.
So why are they losing in Moto America?
So right now we got on the GSX 8R.
What's going on here?
Matthew Chapin, kid's about 90 pounds, soaking wet, riding that thing. My buddy Dom Doyle riding a R7 in Moto America in the Twins Cup. R7's third in points, GSX 8's second in points. Very close on points.
Oh boy.
But,
oh boy.
Yeah, I gotta give Dom a call and tell him to step it up.
Okay, all right. So listen, two very comparable bikes. And I think we probably sell more R7s here at Motorcycle Mall. But I can tell you, Suzuki has a great bike with a lot of great horsepower, right? More horsepower, more torque, more, of course, when it comes to technology. So for me, I gotta go with the Suzuki here. I'm choosing Suzuki.
I'm on the fence. You know, I think the GSX 8R is a lot more prepared for on the street. You know, you got the bars are sat up a little bit higher, so you're not as in as aggressive of a riding position. You've got all the rider control stuff, which is great for on the roads. Whereas the R7 is a lot more aggressive, lower clip-ons, more aggressive riding position, and a lot snappier. So this thing's going to be a lot more suited towards the track or more aggressive street riding. Where the Gixxer is going to be a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more comfortable to ride around on the daily. So that's something to take into consideration.
So you heard it from a guy that's been riding 20 years on the street and a guy that's probably been riding 20 years on the track.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So for sure, both are great options. There's no question about that. Both bring a lot to the table. And of course, from a brand like Suzuki and a brand like Yamaha, both are great options. But we want to hear from them.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys in the comments below. What would you choose in this lightweight category, the R7 or the GSX 8R? I'd go with the R7 just from my background in riding. I know Rich is dead set on this GSX 8R.
Here we go with Suzuki here. We want to hear from you. Leave it in the comments, of course. Which one would you choose? We look forward to hearing from you.